Hello everyone, I'm Noelle. I just moved to New York.
And I'm an NYU film school graduate.
So if you're new to my channel, you know that I take risks. I do a lot of things, I go a lot of places, but this has definitely been my biggest risk yet. I moved to New York with no job, no apartment. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how I did it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's possible and realistic, and it's working out for me, which means it can work out for you. Listen up. I have been in New York now for almost 2 weeks, and I've already secured a job. I am in a sublet right now, but I've also already found 2 roommates who are ready to move in with me in about a month and a half to a permanent place, because obviously a sublet is not permanent. Let's start from the very beginning. When I made my vision board at the beginning of 2026, I knew one of my biggest goals for this year was to move to New York. And it's always been a goal of mine. It's always been something that I've felt drawn to. I've always felt drawn to this city every time I visited it.
Hello.
Every time I visited, it's been an amazing experience. And even when it wasn't such an amazing experience, I was like, I need to live here. I was born and raised in LA, so I'm accustomed to the big city life. I love it. I've always loved it here. I love the people. I love the
Another
culture,
one,
I love
thank
the
you.
food. I love the bars, the clubs.
Another one,
and although
thank you.
It's always been a really big goal of mine, I never really took it seriously because I always had a commitment. I had a job that I couldn't quit. I had a partner that I wanted to be with. I had a lot of commitments at home, which was why I never decided to take that leap and make the move. Starting this year, I finally was in a place where I didn't really have any big commitments and I actually could move. But of course, my main concern was the money.
40,000, 3 million, $18.
You always hear people talking about how ridiculously expensive New York is and how you can't move unless you have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars saved. And that can be true in some cases. That is also very false. And I feel like that scares people into not coming here, but that's not the whole picture. So when I was working in LA, I was making pretty good money. I was working as a nanny. I was very fortunate to be able to save a lot, also because my parents were financially supporting me in some other ways, not with everything, but with some things, and that helped a lot. I was able to save a lot more in a shorter amount of time. I also sold my car before I left, so that gave me an extra like $1,300. So after getting my sublet and my plane ticket, I had about $5K saved, which was more than I actually expected to have saved. I thought I was gonna have like $3K saved, so that was really great. There are definitely people who are gonna say, oh, that's not enough, that's not enough. So far, it's been working out for me. I don't even think you need 5K. I think you can move out here with 4 or 3. I probably wouldn't say less than 3K. If you have that left over after getting at least a sublet, like a temporary place to stay, and your plane ticket, I think you're okay. You can budget while you're out here. Yes, New York can be very expensive. If you go to expensive places, it's gonna be expensive. If you buy expensive food and you're always getting Ubers and taxis, you never take the subway, you're going to expensive events, it can be very expensive. It can also be very cheap. There are $1.50 slices of pizza. The Subway is $3, I think. There are so many happy hours in the summer, so many, where you can get a whole bowl of pasta for $12. You can get sushi 50% off, like $6 for a roll. There's so many things you can find without even really looking that hard. It's just kind of everywhere you go. If you want it to be expensive, it'll be expensive. But if you don't want it to be expensive, it won't be. Especially in the summer, there are so many free events. There's free Shakespeare in the park. There are free like music events. There's DJ events. There's clubs and bars. There's so many free things to do. As long as you have money for groceries, which also don't need to be super expensive. You can get Trader Joe's groceries and your basic necessities, you'll be fine. And with all that being said, I want to get into the job of it all. There are also a lot of people that talk about how difficult it is to get a job out here. And yes, the job market is boo-boo. Right now, it's boo-boo. But there's always someone hiring. Now, I will say, if you are moving to New York and you don't have any job or internship secured, it is best to know people out here. Know a few people. That's why before I moved, I came here like 4 or 5 times. I met people, got in touch with of people that I used to know who live out here. Coming out here, it was really easy for me to get a job because I got a job through someone I knew, which is honestly the best way to do it, is to have someone recommend you. That's how I've gotten most of my jobs, TBH, is someone recommending me. There are a few jobs I've gotten lucky and they've just hired me, but the best way to secure a job is having someone recommend you. So something I really would recommend doing if you're considering moving out here is come and visit first, meet some people out here. Maybe you already know people out here from high school or from a previous job. Get in touch with them. Not that it's hard to meet people out here, it'll just make it a lot easier to know some people. It is possible to come out here with no job and get a job pretty quickly. Let's talk about my sublet and how I am living here. I found this sublet surprisingly on Craigslist, which is not where I expected to find it. I was looking on Snag Sublets, the Instagram accounts, the girls who sublet, artists who sublet. I was looking on Facebook. I was looking on all the sites they tell you to look on. I did find a couple, but they ended up getting taken really fast. I wasn't really finding anything on those sites. Not to say that you won't. I would still say look at those sites. Snag is really good. I think I had to pay $50 to be on Snag and actually message people, but if you find something on there, the $50 is worth it. I just one day was looking on like Google and I saw this sublet on Craigslist and it was perfect. I messaged the lady and she messaged me back. We got on FaceTime like the next day. She also gave me a pretty good deal because I'm taking care of her cat for a couple weeks next month. I do have a roommate, but she's out of town right now. It's right next to a train line. It's right next to a Target. I would start with like Facebook, Craigslist. Those are the better sites in my opinion. Like, yes, they can be more sketchy, but you can also get a better deal there. It's already July 19th. I'm only here for one more month. For New York, there is so much don't move here propaganda or don't move here unless you're rich propaganda. And I just think that is such bullshit. It definitely scares people into not coming here. There's always someone hiring. There's always a roommate moving out. There is always somewhere to go in New York if you're willing to put in a little work. I move out of here in a month and you're probably like,
Noelle, what are you gonna do after that month?
I'm staying at my uncle's place because he just happens to be out of town for a little bit of time. That'll be for about 10 days. And then September 1st, I'm going to be moving into my own place with 2 roommates who I met through someone else, which again is why it's important to know people. I had a friend out here. We went out, he brought his friends, and one of his friends just happened to be looking for a roommate because she was moving out of her partner's place. She knew someone else who also was wanting to move in. So now it's the 3 of us. We're gonna start looking for a place beginning of August and then planning to move in by September 1st. That also happened so quickly. If you're willing to look and you're willing to talk to people, you will find these things very quickly. Now that is all of like the technical stuff. With this move, I really had to trust my gut. I just had to trust the feeling that I am meant to be here and that it's gonna work out. And it did. So clearly I am meant to be here. I'm very spiritual. I believe in intuition and I feel like I'm a very intuitive person, and I knew that this was finally my time to go and I had to trust that. I'm 23. If you're around my age, especially if you're a little younger and you're wanting to move to a city like this, unless you're just super rich, it's really difficult to just have everything figured out before you get here. It's very uncommon for someone, at least in my age group, to come out here and have already a job lined up, a place lined up, money completely stacked. You're gonna at least have one that is probably lacking a little. I've talked to so many people who are like, yeah, I mean, I just came out here for vacation and then I got a job and I got this and I got this and I ended up just staying. Or, oh yeah, I came out here with $1,000, $2,000 and I got a job and I just ended up staying. You hear so many stories like that about New York. I just want to encourage you, if you're someone who is thinking about making a move like this, to trust yourself and trust your gut and not let fear stop you. I think it's one of those cities that if you put in the work, the city will support you. Like, the city will lift you up. The people here will support you. When I first was wanting to move here, I was constantly just waiting for a right time. I realize now that there was never going to be a right time. I could always have more money. I could always have a better job. I could always have a better place to live. Like, there's no such thing as a right time. There's just now, and you just have to do it. If you're constantly just waiting for a right time, you're never gonna get there because a right time does not exist, okay?
limit does not exist.
You're gonna get to a right time and then you're gonna say, oh, well, there can be better. There can be a better time. And then you're gonna get there and you're gonna say, there can be better than this. There's a better time. Just do it. That's what I did. I just said, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And now I'm here. Okay. And I know it's not always gonna be this simple or this easy, or maybe it will be. I don't know. But right now it's been great and I'm enjoying it while I can. I'm gonna enjoy it for as long as I live here. That is how I moved to New York with no job and no apartment. I hope that if you are someone thinking about making a move like this, thinking about moving out of your hometown, that this encouraged you a little bit. And if you have any questions about how I moved or what I'm doing or anything like that, let me know. I will absolutely reply. I'm just so excited and happy to be here. I'm gonna keep you guys updated, obviously. There will be plenty of vlogs and talking videos and all of that. Love you. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great year. All your dreams are gonna come true, okay? Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.